Scott Muller here, over here in Jacinto, and here with Cameron.
And Curtis.
Where'd you grow up?
Currently, I'm growing up here, but if I had to say, I was raised in Texas till I was 4, moved to Washington, turned 11, came back to Texas. I've been all around, to be honest with you. But I'd say I was raised more in Washington.
Right on. How about you, Curtis?
Well, I was born in Hammond and raised in San Jacinto, California.
I'm a teacher, man. I'm just, trying to inspire some of my kids because they don't want to work.
Right.
A lot of these kids, man, think that it's just a game and we can screw around all day.
Yeah. No, that's all. It takes all day to be homeless.
What's your name?
My name's Kevin.
Kevin.
Right
Here with Kevin over in Hemettville. Now, here we go.
All right, here we go. Sorry, I'm not happy. I'm not
No, that's good. That's good. That was good, man. That was some good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
No, that's all. It takes all day to be homeless.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, it takes all day. Literally, you don't have a long day at all. I mean, it's a short day. It goes by quick, and you don't get nothing done. And you might as well stay in school.
Yeah.
And get a good job and take care of business. I worked for 30 years. And a little bit of stress case. So.
What's your
I got
name?
My problems. Scott.
Hey, me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
Right on, man.
Brother, yeah. Scott Muller here on the streets of Hemet. Here with
Rose.
Rose, tell us a little bit about the youth today.
Well, first of all, the youth, I got one right there.
As she's looking at her boy.
There needs to be a lot more guidance with this youth out here these days. Nobody's here to really guide them, show them, teach them, and that's why I think that they're ending up the way that they are, half of them in jail, okay? Half of them just without anything to do. To tell you the truth, Hemet itself needs to bring in more programs for these youth.
What is your youth, man? How was it when you were young? Was it, good time, fun time, crazy time?
I had a lot of ups and wondered where my parents were at night. Sleeping in my bed or on a boat, to be honest. It was pretty good though. I had fun. I didn't learn much until I turned 18. Lived on my own.
Right. Now, how'd you do in school?
I did great. I barely graduated, but I did great. It's about appreciating the moments and making the best of them. Because if you don't take hold of like what the state gives you, education-wise, it makes life so much harder, much harder.
Yeah.
Yeah, going straight into work. I mean, if you go straight into manual labor like I did, you better have your body fit. But you get diabetes like I did, ain't gonna work out.
Yeah, I'm just trying to stay safe and keep from getting stabbed or you're sleeping or it's just you don't want to do this, man.
Now, I like what you said. What'd you say about being homeless? Like it's a what job?
It takes all day to be homeless. I mean, it takes every bit of it. I mean, you still have a lot to do to just have a normal day. People, it takes them 3 hours, and us all day, and just can't get nothing done, and we need like 2 days of light,
Ending up the way that they are, half of them in jail, okay? Half of them just without anything to do. To tell you the truth, Hemet itself needs to bring in more programs for these youth.
Well, honestly, to me, the streets isn't worth it because you would end up doing something that you're not supposed to. Second, that can either have you dead or in jail. You know what I mean? Because then, what good does the streets do for people?
When you're homeless, darkness sucks.
Yeah.
So.
And the weather, yeah?
Yeah, the weather, the weather. You got to stay dry for sure. And the people, there's a lot of, people that don't like homeless and do things, shoot at them with paintball guns and stuff like that.
What do you think about work, man? A lot of these kids today, man, they don't want to work. They don't want to work at anything.
My generation's embarrassment. They don't even know how to spell work ethic, and I think work ethic is very important. You got to know. You make sure you're punctual. You got to show up on time. You got to stay consistent with all your work you do. Impress your bosses. That's the most important thing, because whenever you do that and perform that, things work out well for you. I mean, you can't slack off. Work ethic is very important. Mowing the lawn when you start as a little kid, this all starts from there. Just small housework. It's very important.
Yeah.
Definitely.
What do you think about these kids working? Like, what's the idea of work? When as a young woman in today's world, what do you see as work? Like, how is it for you to work, and what's the message to the kids about work?
I think it starts off in the home with chores. Okay, if you don't give these kids something to like have a foundation around, no chores, they could just run amok. Don't pick up after yourself. They're not gonna be. How can I say? I don't know that word. I'm kind of losing that word right now. But if you do get them when they're young, give them chores, give them responsibilities, show them as they get older, then you won't have that big of a problem with them wanting, because they have that structure from when they were kids.
Yeah.
Wanting to go out there and work, get a job. They'll know what it is. Put them out there. When I was young, we had to go and drop off papers. We walked people's dogs. We mowed lawns. We took out their trash. We did all those little things.
For a little bit of money here and there.
For a little bit of money,
scratch,
okay?
Little scratch.
Let me tell you, it was scraps.
All right. And how about school, man? How was the school life for you? Like elementary school, middle school, high school?
Yeah, I did all 12 years, graduated 2020, June 6th, I would say. But I was also in a bit of a struggle. I got shot 3 times back in April of 2020 during graduation, so I got to spend about 4 months on the hospital bed doing homework. And my grandparents, luckily, they were more than supportive. They wanted me to graduate, so they made sure that I did.
It's the spoiling kids that's just killing them, man. It's just spoiling them, loving them too much, and trying to make up for what mistakes the parents have made in their life. Shows they give your kids everything, but giving the kids too much can be detrimental to them. If you give them too much, it can be detrimental. You got to make sure that you sacrifice in life. You have to learn what it is to lose. Losing everything I had taught me to be a better person.
How'd you lose everything you had?
To be straight up with you, my wife developed psychosis. When she left me and my son, I kind of fell apart. She was my rock, and I didn't know how to survive without her. She just disappeared one day. Lost the house, lost the car, lost all motivation to be the dad that my dad wasn't. I was vowed that I wouldn't be a serial killer like my father was, which I'm not, but I still vowed that I wouldn't be a serial killer like my father was, which I'm not, but I just vowed that I wouldn't be a serial killer like my father was, which I'm not, but I still, if you're not...
You say your dad was a serial killer?
Yeah, I actually even gave him some documentary on the Oxygen Channel, believe it or not. Yeah, his name's Orlando Gene Romero, him and my uncle.
That happens?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
People actually shoot at you guys with paintballs.
Yeah. They sure do.
Really?
Yeah. It's bad to mess with the homeless, in a way, because it's we're down as it is, it's bad karma,
Yeah, for sure.
Kick someone when they're down already, or for entertainment, this is our life, until something changes,
All right.
So.
Now, what did you do for 30 years when you were working?
Well, I did a few things. I built houses, of course, and
right.
Detailed cars, and I worked for SDI for a bit.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Little government
yeah.
job. That's good.
Yeah.
I'm a government worker myself as a teacher.
Yeah, you got 3 months off, huh?
Yeah. Well, we do 2.5 nowadays.
2.5.
Two and a half nowadays. They cut it out a little bit. Excellent. How about you, Curtis?
Well, I enjoyed school, you know what I mean? But, like, when I had graduated, did all 12 years and graduated, I was struggling at the time, you know what I mean? I was struggling to where I needed the support right when I hit high school. Right when I hit high school, I started getting that support and just kept going and ended up graduating.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Graduating in class of 2020. So,
cool.
Yeah.
So you guys are both pretty young guys. Yeah, how old
Yes,
are you?
sir. I'm 19.
19?
I'm 20.
These kids are they're given everything.
Yeah.
So they don't even think, they know mom and dad's going to take care of them. Mom and dad's going to do it. They don't have to. iPhones. You know how much iPhones cost?
Oh, I know.
And
believe
these
me.
Parents are buying these kids these phones.
Yes.
12, 13, $100. There's no way in the world I would. I wish to God I had paper dolls.
Hey,
okay.
we still had rotary phones when I
Okay,
was a
did you
kid.
remember our skates? Remember the
Yes.
skates, the metal skates?
The metal.
We gotta tune them up.
Yeah, hey, put a
Okay?
little grease in the
Let
middle.
me tell you, the
They
things
get a
that
little
they're
dirt in
handed
them.
to- yeah, but
Yeah.
the things that they're handed to, they expect it now.
Yeah.
Okay, it's like they know how the media, the TV, everybody, they put it out there, and the kids, oh, I gotta have that latest thing, the latest phone, the latest car, everything. I was just happy with what little bit. We used to go to the toy loan. Okay.
The toy loan,
The
okay.
toy loan, okay? And easy bake oven, I was so happy with that. You can't just give a kid an easy bake oven these days.
No.
It's a spoiledness. It's a spoiling kids. That's just killing them, man. It's just spoiling them, loving them too much, and trying to make up for what mistakes the parents have made in their life. Shows they give your kids everything, but giving the kids too much.
How'd you end up in Hemet?
Yeah, I was born and raised here. You know,
Oh.
I left here and came back. So, you know,
Okay.
you know, it was a,
That's what a lot of us do, right?
Can we
Yeah.
see that? Let's see that.
A lot of us do,
Yeah.
right? We
Anyway, but yeah, it's you know, you gotta sacrifice things in life. You have to learn what it is to lose when you're a kid. That way, if you learn what it is to appreciate things when you're younger, you won't turn into these spoiled kids and just, you know, have everything and still feel the need to steal something.
Right. Yeah. Hey, I know that for sure.
Yeah.
I know that firsthand, boys and girls. Right on. Now, how was it out here, man? Are you?
It's horrible out here, and I'll tell you why. It's because not only is there so many homeless people out here that it makes it hard to just find food and recycling in trash cans, but the way they act, it makes it very hard out here for people that know how to conduct themselves amongst regular society. And when they act a little bit nutty, it makes it hard for all of us. You know, I mean, I have to go pick up homeless people trash all day long just so that way it makes life easier on all of us, because they just wake up and they leave all their shit there.
Right. And if you had a message for today's youth, what would you say about some kids not working in school? You know, they don't think it matters, and not even working, right? What do you guys have to say about like hard work and what you need to do?
Tell the youth that if they pick a passion, stick with it, a hobby at most, but know that if you feel good doing it, keep doing it. You'll do better at it.
Right? How about you,
I
Curtis?
feel like that they just need to focus more on class, stay doing their work, and respect you guys as teachers, because at the end of the day, you wouldn't have been passing your classes if it wasn't for your guys' teachers. You know what I mean? So
you know,
brings
people
us
always
back.
return where they from. You know what I mean?
For sure.
You know what I mean? So like, I don't believe in curses. But,
Yeah.
you know, stay in school.
There you go. A message to them.
Yeah, stay in school. Don't do drugs.
Yeah.
For sure.
Kids who have that work ethic. I think that's what's separating kids today that I'm really finding. I've taught for 20 years, over 20 years, and I've seen the shift. And the shift that I see is it all comes down to work.
But I'm gonna
If
tell
the
you,
kids who are working, I don't care who they are, where they come from, if they're low, I got some kids can't read.
Yeah.
They can't read,
Yeah.
but you know what? They're going to give everything they got, and they write. It looks like a kindergartner's writing. But you know what? The kids who work and try, amazing.
but
well, I mean, you're gonna go through it. You know what I mean? You're gonna go through it a lot. It's just you got to keep your mindset focused on one thing. You don't want to be out on the streets like this. You know what I mean? You don't want to be out on the streets, because then you ain't got nothing to do. It's not worth it. It's not worth being out on the streets.
Amazing.
but it's from the home too.
Yeah,
because you
it has to
can't
be.
it can't just be in the school. When they come home, that parent, which is kind of hard too, because you got two working parents in
Yeah.
the home, and so there's nobody there with that kid after school to help them with that. By
Yeah.
the time the parents get home, they're so burnt out and tired, they just want to take a shower and go to sleep. But I'm gonna tell you one thing they do need to bring back into the schools that we had when we were growing up. They had cooking, they had wood shops, they had all kinds of stuff for the kids to do that they were teaching them, righteously teaching them. There's a lot of stuff that they've taken programs out, music, a lot of stuff that they've taken out, and there's nothing for them. Half of the after school programs are gone. There's
Yeah.
nothing there for these kids no more, so they're gonna run the streets. They're gonna do things. They need to bring back these programs to help kids. And another thing they need to do with these kids is teach them how to manage money.
Oh,
These kids get out of school and don't know. I mean,
That said, I had a long conversation this week with my boss, and when I was in school, when we were in school, did you guys get taught how to write a check and balance a checkbook?
nothing.
We did.
We did. I know.
No, I'm saying now.
Oh, now. But when we were kids,
When we were kids, it was different. All those.
we learned how to write a check.
Let me tell you.
You learned how to fill out an
We had
address,
a-
like on a
yes.
letter. Remember that? That was part of
Half
our
these
class.
Kids get out and they don't even know how to essays. They don't even know resumes. They don't know none of that
No.
stuff. But they know that what ends up happening with them, they get in debt. Why?
Yeah.
Because they weren't taught about credit cards, about managing money, about checkings, savings accounts, none of that
Adjustable
stuff.
percentage rate,
Okay?
APR there,
They
kids.
don't know nothing. They don't know nothing. And I don't understand within the 12 years why this can't be taught.
Don't do drugs,
Yeah.
for sure.
And what
Look
about
look at him? Look at that.
What about working? What about working?
Working, you gotta work, man, because you gotta have air conditioning. You know what I mean? You gotta have air conditioning. You gotta have indoors. You know, well, you won't have TV out here, no electricity, all your electronics. Where are you gonna charge them at?
Yeah.
You know, you might as well just throw them.
You say your dad was a serial killer?
Yeah, it actually even gave him his own documentary on the Oxygen Channel, believe it or not. Yeah, his name's Orlando Jean Romero, him and my uncle. It's pretty ridiculous to glorify a shithead like that. Anyway, but yeah, it's you gotta sacrifice things in life. You have to learn what it is to lose when you're a kid. That way, if you learn what it is to appreciate things when you're younger, you won't turn into these spoiled kids and just have everything and still feel the need to steal something.
Right. Yeah. Hey, I know that for sure.
Yeah.
You see, guys, this is how we live. You don't want to have to live like this. You know what I mean?
And this is real, guys.
This is some real stuff. You see people out here like this, it's no games to be played. This is how we're really living.
All right, Scott. Hey,
All right,
we
man.
appreciate it a
Yeah.
lot, man. And you take care.
All right,
And
you too, man.
blessed day.
Yeah, you too. God bless you.
Deuce. All right, you guys. Scott Mueller here, San Jacinto, and signing off. Peace.
Peace.
God bless you. Peace out.
Yeah, that's what we're hoping to do out here, getting real people on the streets of the community and seeing what they have to say. That's the big thing.
It's been overwhelmingly positive.
Yeah.
Oh,
Been a
you
good
asked
day
me?
today.
It's good.
Been a good day
It's a
today.
great day.
Hey,
Everything gonna be all right.
that's right. You have a great day.
I
You
know
have
you
a
too.
blessed day.
I know
Blessed
you
day.
too. Take care.
How
You
about
too.
you too?
Come on over here. Bring it in. Bring it in.
Look at this. Look at
Bring it in. Here we go. We brought it in.
We brought it
Okay,
in.
we
There
brought
it
it
is.
in.
There it is. There it is.
All right. Take
Hey,
care.
pleasure.